and welcome back to the channel. You know I love diving headfirst into new adventures, soaking up different cultures, and uncovering hidden gems around the world. My recent trip to the vibrant and bustling Mexico City was no exception. I was ready for incredible food, ancient history, and that electric energy the city is famous for. And trust me, Mexico City delivered all of that and more. But beneath the colorful chaos and the warm smiles, I stumbled upon something unsettling. Something that went beyond the usual tourist experience and tapped into a primal kind of fear. It started innocently enough, a simple subway ride to explore a new neighborhood. But what I encountered in the depths of the Insurgentes station, well, it's something I haven't been able to shake. Get ready, because in today's video, I'm sharing a personal story from my time in Mexico City that took a dark and unexpected turn. It's a story that involves flickering lights, a packed train, and a glimpse of something truly disturbing lurking in the shadows. Trust me, this isn't your typical travel vlog. So buckle up, maybe turn on the lights, and get ready to hear about the chilling encounter I had on the Mexico City Metro. Let's get into it. The humidity hit me like a wet blanket the moment I stepped out of the Benito Juarez Airport. Mexico City. I'd dreamed of this trip for years, fueled by glossy travel magazines and online blogs promising vibrant culture, delicious food, and ancient mysteries. Little did I know, the mysteries I'd uncover would be less about ancient civilizations and more about something lurking just beneath the surface of modern life. I spent the first few days lost in a sensory overload of sights and sounds. The bustling markets overflowing with colorful textiles, the echoing chants in the ruins of Teotihuacan, the smoky aroma of street tacos that lingered in the air, it was everything I'd hoped for and more. I even managed to navigate the notoriously chaotic traffic with a surprisingly calm Uber driver. On my fourth day, I decided to brave the metro. Guidebooks touted it as the fastest and cheapest way to get around, and I was eager to explore the Coyoacan neighborhood, known for its charming plazas. Armed with a poorly translated map and a healthy dose of naive optimism, I descended into the depths of the Insurgentes station. The air immediately changed. The vibrant, sun-drenched streets were replaced by a cool, damp atmosphere that clung to my skin. The noise amplified, the screech of trains, the chatter of commuters, the distant echoes that seemed to bounce off the tiled walls forever. It was a different world down here, a world of hurried footsteps and averted gazes. I squeezed onto a packed train, finding myself pressed against a window fogged with condensation. The faces around me were a blur of weary resignation. No one made eye contact. I tried to focus on the map, tracing my route, but the jostling of the train made it difficult. As we pulled out of the station, the lights flickered. A collective groan rippled through the car. This seemed to be a common occurrence. The train lurched forward again, plunging us into near darkness for a few seconds before the lights sputtered back to life, casting long, distorted shadows. It was during one of these brief blackouts that I saw it. I was looking down, trying to steady myself, when my eyes caught a glint of something beneath the seat opposite me. At first, I thought it was just a discarded piece of trash, reflecting the dim light. But then the train jolted again, and the light flickered back on, revealing something far more disturbing. Two eyes. Just eyes. No face, no body, just a pair of disembodied eyes staring out from the darkness beneath the seat. They were small, almost rodent-like, but intensely bright, with a disturbing, unnatural gleam. They were fixed on me. My breath hitched in my throat. I froze, my heart pounding against my ribs. Was I imagining things? Was it a trick of the light? I blinked, trying to clear my vision, but they were still there, unwavering, unblinking. I wanted to scream, to point, to alert someone, but I was paralyzed by a primal fear. I didn't want to draw attention to myself, to whatever was lurking beneath the seat. I felt a cold dread creeping up my spine, a sense of being watched, of being prey. The train rattled on, the rhythmic clatter a constant reminder of my precarious situation. I forced myself to look away, to focus on the advertisements plastered on the walls, but my gaze kept being drawn back to the dark space beneath the seat. The eyes were still there. Each stop felt like an eternity. People got on and off, oblivious to the horror lurking inches from their feet. I wanted to warn them, but the words caught in my throat. I was trapped in my own silent nightmare. Finally, my stop arrived. Coyoacan. I practically leaped off the train as the doors slid open, pushing my way through the throng of people. I didn't look back. I didn't dare. I stumbled out of the station and into the bright sunlight, gasping for air. The familiar sights and sounds of the neighborhood seemed surreal, almost dreamlike. Had I really seen what I thought I saw? Was I losing my mind? I spent the rest of the day in a daze, wandering the streets of Coyoacan, trying to shake off the image of those eyes. I visited an art museum, hoping the vibrant colors and powerful art would distract me, but even there, in the midst of beauty and creativity, I couldn't escape the feeling of being watched. That night, back in my hotel room, I couldn't sleep. Every creak and groan of the building sent shivers down my spine. I kept replaying the scene on the subway, the flickering lights, the oppressive atmosphere, and those eyes. Over the next few days, I avoided the metro. I took taxis, Uber, even walked long distances to avoid having to descend into those dark tunnels again. I tried to convince myself that it was a one-time occurrence, a bizarre anomaly. But the fear lingered, a constant shadow at the edge of my perception. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was a hallucination, brought on by stress and exhaustion. Maybe it was a stray animal, a rat or a small dog, hiding beneath the seat. But deep down, I knew that wasn't the truth. What I had seen was something else. Something unnatural. On my last day in Mexico City, I decided to visit the Basilica of Guadalupe, one of the most important religious sites in Mexico. I hoped that spending time in a place of such profound spiritual significance would bring me some peace, some solace. As I walked through the massive complex, surrounded by thousands of pilgrims, I felt a sense of calm begin to wash over me. The air was thick with incense and prayer, and the sheer devotion of the people was palpable. I lit a candle, offering a silent prayer for protection, for peace of mind. Leaving the basilica, I felt lighter, somehow. Maybe I was finally starting to heal, to let go of the fear that had gripped me since my experience on the subway. I decided to treat myself to one last meal, a delicious plate of enchiladas at a small restaurant near my hotel. As I sat at my table, savoring the rich flavors, I couldn't help but overhear a conversation between two men at the next table. They were speaking in Spanish, but I managed to pick up a few key words: metro, ojos, debajo del asiento. Subway, eyes, under the seat. My blood ran cold. I strained to listen, desperately trying to understand what they were saying. They were talking about something that had happened on the metro, something involving eyes seen beneath the seats. They spoke in hushed tones, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and fascination. I couldn't understand everything, but I gathered enough to know that I wasn't the only one who had seen something strange on the metro. It wasn't a hallucination. It wasn't a stray animal. It was something else, something that others had witnessed as well. As I listened, one of the men mentioned a local legend, a story whispered among the city's oldest residents. A story about creatures that dwell in the tunnels beneath Mexico City, creatures that feed on fear and despair. Creatures that sometimes reveal themselves, just for a moment, with a glimpse of their eyes. I didn't need to hear any more. I paid my bill and fled the restaurant, the words of the men echoing in my ears. The fear had returned, stronger than ever. I realized that I hadn't escaped the darkness, it had simply been lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to resurface. I spent the rest of the evening packing, my hands shaking. I couldn't wait to leave Mexico City, to put as much distance as possible between myself and those eyes. The next morning, as my plane took off, soaring above the sprawling city, I looked down at the landscape below. The vibrant colors, the ancient ruins, the bustling streets, it all seemed so beautiful, so inviting. But beneath the surface, hidden in the darkness of the metro, something else lurked. Something ancient and malevolent. I knew I would never forget my trip to Mexico City. I had come seeking adventure, seeking culture, seeking beauty. And I had found it, in abundance. But I had also found something else, something that would forever haunt my dreams. The eyes under the seat. They were always there, in the back of my mind, a constant reminder that some mysteries are best left undisturbed. Some doors are best left unopened. And some journeys are better left untaken. Because sometimes, what you find is far more terrifying than what you were searching for. So, there you have it. My incredible journey to the heart of Mexico City, a city that truly captivated my senses and my soul in so many ways. I experienced the warmth of its people, the richness of its history, and the explosion of its flavors. It was a trip I had dreamed of for so long, and in many aspects, it exceeded all my expectations. But as you just heard, my adventure took an unexpected and frankly, unsettling turn beneath the vibrant surface. That encounter on the metro, it's something that stayed with me long after the plane touched down. It's a stark reminder that even in the most bustling and beautiful of places, there can be hidden depths, unseen mysteries that defy easy explanation. I've thought about it countless times since. Was it real? Was it my imagination playing tricks on me in a strange and unfamiliar environment? The logical part of my brain tries to find rational explanations, but the visceral feeling of dread, the memory of those unblinking eyes, that's something I can't easily dismiss. And hearing those men in the restaurant, the hushed tones, the mention of a local legend, it sent a shiver down my spine that had nothing to do with the Mexico City humidity. This experience has definitely changed the way I look at travel. It's a reminder that adventure can come in many forms, not all of them pleasant or easily understood. It's made me more aware of the unseen, the stories whispered in the corners, the possibility that there's more to our world than what we readily perceive. Ultimately, my trip to Mexico City was a tapestry of incredible highs and a deeply unsettling low. I wouldn't trade the vibrant markets, the awe-inspiring ruins, or the delicious food for anything. But the memory of those eyes under the seat, that will forever be a part of my experience there. A reminder that sometimes, the mysteries we uncover are not the ones we were searching for, and some encounters leave a mark that lingers long after we've moved on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Sweet dreams and sleep tight if you can. Hey, horror fans. If you enjoyed our chilling tale and want to keep the spine-tingling stories coming, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support keeps the darkness alive. Share this video with your friends, let's spread the fear together. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you never miss a hair-raising moment. Join our community of thrill seekers and prepare for more eerie adventures. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay scared.